Wanted, wanted. The Azamina cards are finally doing something. Make sure you guys smash the link, crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Target is still doing 30% off of Yu-Gi-Oh! On select things. Hashtag not sponsored here, but you've got $13 copies of the Chronicles. You've got, we've gone down on these as well, which is good. But it looks like, certain things are going to be winners here. Certain things aren't going to be winners, and that's just fine. Not too bad, to say the least. You can get Burst Protocol for $12.59 as well. So this is just something to kind of consider, if you're wanting to pick up some stuff. So yeah, just search Yu-Gi-Oh! On Target, and you'll be able to find some of the cheaper brands that they've got. So, Wanted, Diabellstar, Azamina cards. Interesting things to kind of talk about with these sets. At least right now, Wanted is really flaring up in terms of, powerhouse usability within the format. You look at the Azamina stuff, you look at, the Dark Magician Destruction, you look at Diabellstar. Being able to play Azamina and all of this stuff kind of in combination with each other is decently well and powerful. And right now your Wanted QCR is 116, 120, 122. Your original copies of Wanted have, spiked back up a little bit. You've got 17, 19, 20, and, you eventually do start to creep up, but 18 listings is kind of a lot for these. But these have been turning over a lot. All right, this just kind of proves how much the meta wants this card. Platinum's 20 listings at about $10. It's really funny because Platinums are officially cheaper than the original Secret Rares because Agov ones are coming in 18 listings. Wanted's from the Prismatic Seekers, 12 listings. 5 listings on the Super Rares, and then of course Secret Rares from Quarter Century. Same thing. Look, all of these cards, 6 listings on the PURs, PCRs, $25. This card is in extensially really low quantities across the board, and this is just something that I highly do recommend that you keep an eye on progressively as time goes on, because this is a little bit out of hand for sure. Now, Diabellstar, interestingly enough, Quarter Century Bonanza boxes are $195. Diabellstars, these Diabellstars have actually calmed down quite a lot for the alt arts. You can get one for $75 on the alt art, which is probably the cheapest you're going to get. Looks like QCRs are coming in about 60s. Vengeance is 14 listings at 35s. Snake Eyes Diabellstars, $20. Looks like Diabellstar, the ultimate rares from OTS pack, are about 20 now, with only 13 listings of these. Oh no, these are starting to get bought out. Well, there's another OTS ultimate rare that we've got vacating the premise and, just kind of doing its thing. Looks like Agov versions coming in at 9s. Even ESRs are $10 now. Plats are coming in at 7s. Even these, the 10 Secret Rares are $6 for 24 listings. 24 on the PURs. 23. Wow. It really proves to me how much this community is kind of losing their minds over Diabellstar. The World Championship versions, even are starting to disappear in terms of quantities. At least, you get down here to, the Ultra Rares and things. Okay, sure. Azamina cards. So these are some very, very, very good cards. Obviously, Wrestleaga to be able to toggle and do your thing. Not too bad. $49. Looks like Saint Azamina. This card's already been disappearing at $48 and kind of going. I'm not all that surprised about that, but the main things you want to look at. Oh, these are 29s. There was some movements on this because this card recently saw some play fairly recently at 21, heading on up. They've moved a little bit. I'm not all that surprised. There's Saint Azamina for the Secret Rares. Honestly, I'm just not surprised anymore, man. It all, I guess, makes sense. Illa Sylvia's, though, these are so freaking cheap. Yeah, at least the Omni Negate is, doing pretty cheap. Sinful spoils. I guess we do need to go look at Deception. Deceptions are $54. I can't imagine secret rares. Even the secret rares are going. Holy crap. 7 listings on these. That's insane. Wow. This whole Market Watch is just figuring out what's going on with Wanted and Friends. I did want to mention, since we've been monitoring, things happening in the 25th sets, Metal Raider boxes are the next ones going right now. For what cheap quantities of these are sitting on the space right now, 116, 120, 125, and they're starting to accelerate up. To me, the way that this looks, what versions of these have been moving, I think you are probably going to see this probably elapse into the $150 range very, very shortly. I do not imagine a world here where, these are going to stay very low forever. So, we're going to have to keep an eye on all the 25th sets, because this is just going to be the recurring theme that we're going to be watching from now. It's just going to be like, all right, cool. 25th sets have disappeared from the market. They're not repopulating. Dust settles. We kind of shit our pants a little bit, and we cry about it on the internet, because it's what grown adults do. Dimensional fissures. I'm not surprised to be reporting that Di-Fi has gone up in price. And you shouldn't be surprised. My original prints for these, the good ones, 64, heading on up to 70, 86, and still going. I'm not all that surprised. This is just one of those powerhouse good cards. Looks like QCRs went up from $27 to $44. Yikes. Platinum Secret Rares, $5. It's not bad. DRL4s coming in at 6s. Legendary are still 5s on market. Yeah, these are getting pretty cheap, actually, just to say. Yeah, keep an eye on these. Card's a very, very strong side deck card at the moment. Water Enchantress. Why now? I do think this is Genesis inspired a little bit, if I had to initially guess, because when you're looking at how the meta has been kind of going, this is just a stupidly good card. But we're still waiting on more support for this. I think this is one of the major players that we want to see. So 55s right now. Meanwhile, $12 all collector's rares. Altis are still $5. It doesn't matter how ugly the Alti is. It still looks very, very good. And then, you dip down into all the other rarities. So QCR buyout. Just keep an eye on monitoring it. You never know. This one's very surprising to me. So my boy Gozuki here. During your main phase, send a zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, guess what? You can banish a zombie monster from the graveyard. Also summon a zombie monster from the hand. I mean, Gozuki, it's a free village burial of, a good monster. You kind of keep the Congo line going. Card seems pretty decent, to say the least. Wow. Structure deck zombie horde versions of this are $6, hitting on up to $8. Holy crap, I didn't think I'd see the day that Gozuki, had it in him. OTS reprint versions of these are also at unobtainable numbers. What a hilarious thing to see. Well, I mean, if you were a fan of Gozuki, or if you're just a fan of zombie piles in general, you got some movements happening. Great Shogun Shien. So you're probably asking yourself, why has Shien actually kind of exploded up in value right now? Well, here's the thing. There has been some decent play with this out of Edison. I believe it was, first place winner for Edison out of the weekend actually played this. Go, go, go deck list. Or something like this. Do. I don't know, man. Just things to consider with Six Samurai. You never know what's going to happen with this. But, I guess you can see bottomless trap hole. I guess we're looking at this really quick. Well, these don't exist. Well, 2009 versions of these just don't exist. But Great Shogun Shien's, this card is, gosh darn, near unobtainable at this stage. $62 for light play first, Ed. But, the minute that you shift back here, near mints hit the $87 mark, and then you hit on up to $164. Yeah, what a truly interesting market space that we live in. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.